The Abbey is delighted to be presenting the Seafarer by Conor McPherson here this year. It's an honour for us that Conor has decided to give us the Irish premiere after a very, very successful run in both London and New York. As you know, Conor was a recipient of the Anglo-Irish Bank Writer Association 2005 and 2006, and it is his first play to be presented at the Abbey.
The play is set in a house in Baldoyle in Dublin, and there are two brothers living there, and one of them, Richard, has gone blind, and his younger brother, Sharky, has come back to Dublin to look after him. And it's Christmas Eve, and during the course of the play, some more friends of Richard arrive at the house to play cards, to play poker, and one of these people turns out to be the devil who has come to play cards for Sharky's soul.
It's an incredible honour to be directing Conor McPherson's The Seafarer at the Abbey. We've got a fantastic cast: Liam Carney, Melissa Stafford, Phelim Drew, Don Wycherley and George Costigan. The play is fascinating. It deals with a lot of themes: alcohol, fate, the devil. But it's a profoundly moving play. I mean, these guys are really lost amongst themselves, and they find a certain redemption throughout the play, as the play goes on. The Seafarer itself is it's a strange word, because you think it's about Liam Carney's character, Sharky. But then, as it turns out, the character of Lockhart becomes more and more interesting. He seems to be the one who is most at sea. The other characters have a certain amount of hope. This character has no hope. So he's the one that is the loneliest character in the play, so he's actually the Seafarer.
I'm playing Sharky, who's a Dublin man who has a problem with drink, and he returns home to look after his older brother Richard, who has gone blind recently. And it's Christmas time. The action takes place on Christmas Eve and mainly revolves around a game of cards that they have in their house with a couple of friends and a stranger. But on this particular Christmas Eve, when Sharky is trying his hardest not to drink, he's been off it for 2 days, and his demons come to haunt him, and it's a struggle for him not to drink, and it's a struggle for him to resist his demons.
I play Ivan in the play, and Ivan is a friend of Sharky and Richard's, and I suppose the words to sum up Ivan would be lovable, rogue, stroke, alco. He's a disaster, really. I think it starts out with Ivan getting thrown out of his own house on Christmas Eve by his missus because he's been on the drink, and he ends up with Sharky and Richard, and they give him a place to stay, like the stable in Bethlehem. Everything goes wrong for Ivan. He's very sincere, but it just comes across as humorous. Well, I hope it will anyway. I think it's very well written and it's very funny.
This is the first time this play will have been seen in Ireland, and it's set in Dublin, and so it's quite nerve-wracking and exciting to have it being seen in front of its hometown audience, because they will really understand this play in a way that audiences who have seen it in London and on Broadway perhaps won't really have understood it. They will have enjoyed it, but I think it'll really get under the skin of audiences here.